Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. The Capcom Cup is happening right now, and there's a lot of great matches happening at this moment, but one very interesting thing has gone down. So on the show floor, Ed, as promised, is playable, and you can go around and play Ed, that's great. But one thing about Ed being playable is the version of the game is very different, in that there is balance changes in the Ed build of the game. Any kind of balance changes, and Street Fighter 6 have certainly been a contentious issue over the months. So this looks like we're finally getting Season 2, or maybe pre-Season 2, I don't know what they want to call it, but balance changes are definitely there. Let me show you a pretty extreme example out of the gate. So in this clip here provided to us by Lord Wolfgang, you may notice this combo. Zangief is comboing into his level 3 from the EX Lariat. And that's a very big deal. This is a very big balance change. This isn't like plus or negative a frame on a move or whatever. This fundamentally changes how Zangief works. Like, if you want to do it in the current build of the game, like you can combo into it, like you can cancel into it, but it won't actually connect as a true throw, right? Here, it will. So that means even off basic hit confirm like combos, if you're willing to spend the drive bar, you can get some very big boy damage. Sure, it'll scale, but you know, scaling on like what is effectively the single most damaging move in the game is not too bad. Makes Zangief a lot scarier off of just a basic jab if he has the meter. So that's a example of what's going on. We do have a couple more examples for you, but just to preface it, people who are checking it out, they don't have, you know, the comfort of being at home and training mode, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of things to be figured out that we just do not know at the moment. We don't have patch notes or anything like that on site, right? So we got to figure it out ourselves, at least until Ed drops. But let me give you another major example. Now, this is from Nunches, and I've seen this from several other people as well. Ryu and the Hashogeki move. So the light version is now completely safe on block, and the heavy version leaves you directly on top of the enemy, basically meaning you can enforce a throw after the fact. Now, how it currently works, light Hashogeki is -4, so it's jab punishable on block, and the heavy version is +2 on block, but you get pushed out, right? In the Ed build on the Capcom Cup show floor, this is now how it works. So it's safer on block if you want to use the light one, say is like, you know, a block string combo. And now the heavy version becomes an actual like real deal valuable pressure tool, because you can turn those plus frames into potential throw strike mix-ups. So that's a very, very big buff. This change here from GG Halibel, it looks like we also got some nerfs, so not all buffs, right? No one's going to cry for Luke, though. Let's call for what it is. No one's crying for Luke. So Luke Crouch Medium Punch looks like it has an extended hurt box after the initial punch, meaning it is actually much more whiff punishable, which is one of the reasons why Luke is a strong character, right? Is that you can't call him out on his BS a lot of the time. Now, it looks like most of the cast, how it works is you can whiff punish, you know, the obvious poke button if you see it coming. Now he kind of works like everybody else. At this point, I just want to reiterate as well, we do not know what's going on with everything. There's no official Season 2. It's not announced yet, right? This could be a tide you over patch until the proper Season 2. Like a lot of feel-good changes before we get into proper Season 2, which might have like drastic mechanical changes. We just do not know for sure at this time. But changes are exciting, right? This is what we've been hoping for. So I'm glad to have it. Hopefully it does come day and date with the actual Ed patch. Now, some other changes that have been noticed on site. How about this one here from Dr. African? So it looks like Jamie, now off a forward throw, can get basically a free drink. The way I understand how it works now in the build is if you just hold down throw, he'll automatically just kind of cut his recovery and get a drink in. So no pressure after the fact, you know, you're sacrificing the pressure for a drink, but still it's there compared to say how it normally works. If you go for a drink after a throw, you're going to be pretty negative after the fact. Probably going to get beat up for it. Now that it's caked into the move directly, I'm sure the frames will be much better overall on it, but you basically choose, do I want pressure or do I want a drink? And for most Jamie players, they'll probably settle for the drink, I'm sure. And like, look at the interesting changes you're seeing so far, right? These are all really cool changes. So it bodes well for everyone else. We only have what people on site are figuring out, and obviously people are human, right? They can't figure out everything all at once. So I've already seen people getting just tons of requests thrown at them. I know I would love to see some Lily or Honda changes myself, but if you've seen some of the usage charts for Capcom Cup and all that kind of stuff on site, not a lot of people are interested in checking out, Honda or Lily, unfortunately. So for some of the characters of the game, we might have to wait for those official patch notes. But let me give you one more example here. So this is also from Nunches here, and one thing, JP's counter now scales much more heavily for combos, which I'm sure a lot of people will applaud. We don't know all the extent of the changes on this matter. Obviously, JP's kind of a good character, right? If I was in charge, I would take away his ability to do counter throws, which has always been a nonsense thing. Like the fact that you can counter a throw at all, traditionally in fighting game history, throws beat counters, but hey, whatever, right? But it's also some other things here. So Jamie keeping his drinks after his level 2, that would also be another big buff. We don't have any camera footage for that though, sadly. Ken throw loops are gone. I've seen some dissenting opinion on that. It looks like you just might have to manually time it now instead of just automatic timing. So we'll wait and see on that, I guess. Other things I've heard, I don't have footage for you, so I cannot, 100% verify it myself, but what I've heard, Rashid EX spinning mixer is better against jumping, just in general. Parrying move seems to build more meter just kind of across the board. It wasn't made explicit though if it's regular parry or perfect parry. I'm not 100% sure on that. That's just what I've heard. And again, this is all just a small preview of what people can figure out on site, right? So I'm assuming, since this is the Ed build, this will all go live in the Ed patch, which will happen the 27th. So not too long from now, and then I'm sure we'll get, very detailed patch notes, and of course, this channel being this channel, you can expect a complete breakdown of every change there is to be made. Things like the Jamie change, the Ryu change, the Zangief change, like these are all very smart changes. I like these changes a lot. So it makes me very hopeful, for, once again, characters I care about, like Lily and Honda, seeing what they might get. There's no guarantee every character is going to get any changes, by the way. Just to put that out there, just to manage expectations, right? We do not know the size and scale of this. For all I know, what I've shown you in the video could be basically everything there is to know, and that's it. Once again, we do not know if this counts as Season 2, or if this is just something that tied us over until proper Season 2. Capcom Cup is the big deal. It's the main event, sure, but like Akuma, we don't even have a trailer for him, let alone him being anywhere near to being out just yet. The Year 1 pass is certainly not over yet, so does Season 2 begin before Year 1 is over? Hey, legit, I just don't know, right? But the thing is here, balance changes are definitely in the build. That's good. I'm a big fan of balance changes. Long overdue, some could say, but hey, if it's coming, that's great. Almost certainly, no guarantees, but almost certainly looks like it's coming with the Ed patch. So we don't got that much longer to wait in the end. So check the channel when the time comes. I'll do my best to cover everything as it happens, but that's just giving you a bit of a news update right now. And that all said, that is the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.